We will be live in just a minute, and then at some point I'll count down 3, 2, 1. We'll go silent for about 10 seconds, and that'll tell me where. About 5 seconds. Tell me where the recording starts, and then we'll just kick it off. And it's going to be a very casual conversation, getting to know you guys. It's like we met on the trail and wanted to learn about you. So we will drive most of the conversation.
Talk about ambient noises or whatever, like microphones.
Yeah.
Especially Kelly, you have actually both of you had like the headphones.
Yeah.
I think you guys are fine, but in the past we've had people with like button shirts, and the mic kind of drags. Like if you move, it's like
we had a lady that was wearing a necklace, and about 20 minutes in, we realized that her mic was hitting it.
It wasn't even that bad during the conversation, but
in the replay,
it was like, oh my god, it was horrible.
But we'll talk about.
I'll try to keep it away.
No worries. I'll let you know. We can stop it at any point and edit it if there's an issue. We'll drive traffic to Instagram and YouTube. The
Odyssey.
Yeah, we'll talk about this Odyssey thing that apparently you guys didn't know you're on.
What is Odyssey?
I had no idea.
I have no idea what that is.
Google.
Odyssey is like a sister to YouTube. So it's basically, I'm just trying to back up all of our videos on a different platform.
All right, don't ruin it. That's good content. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're hoping the videos.
Actually, I guess I'll hold off. I'll hold off on my question. So the main concern I have.
No, so
it's like fans only. It's no big deal.
So we have some fans. Nice. We have a some fans account. And then, but the goal is to get your story out and talk about what you guys want to talk about. So if you want to drive a conversation in a certain direction, go for it. If there's something specific you want to talk about, I'm going to try to bring in the Overland North America lifestyle campers, that kind of thing. But the ultimate goal is just to make sure that you guys tell your story and we have a good time. Cuss words are entirely up to you. We don't. We gave up on trying to bleep those out or edit them. So
we're in construction, so it's
let it fly.
I've said 100 times.
Sounds good.
On the job, you're judged by how well you cuss. If you don't cuss right, somebody will go, I don't fucking trust that guy.
I don't know about that.
Matt, this filth Florin adapter won't work.
That guy, there's something wrong with that. I don't trust him. I don't like how he put how he strung him out. Like it didn't make any sense.
Afterwards we can have a whole conversation. There's a Bill Burr skit where he talks about cuss words and how the way some people do it, where they say the curse word and then the ethnicity of the person versus saying the ethnicity and then the curse word. Have you seen this?
No.
It's hilarious.
There's a format.
There
is a format.
There is a format. You better know that format.
It is
you
funny.
messed it up.
I think
that's
one
game
way
over.
Racist, right?
Yes. Because he's like, so we'll just go into it. So he said that he was talking about, this is Bill Burr, it's a stand-up, but he's talking about how black guys have the format down. He says because black guys will say, this Asian motherfucker was doing blah, 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 blah. And that's just like, oh, he's an Asian guy and a motherfucker. That's fine. But when the white guy says, that motherfucking Asian, no, whoa, wait a minute. Now there's a problem. He's
the brakes, guy.
He's like, you know how many careers in politics could be saved if they just switched the order? He's so funny.
So we're live?
Yeah,
we are
live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might want to say that.
I did. I said we were live.
I think we were going live.
I absolutely said I clicked. We're going live. We are live.
Hey guys, we're live. Just so you know.
Okay.
All right.
Go into the racist jokes, and then we're live.
It was me. I was
setting you guys up.
I was
setting you guys up.
They call that a hot mic, right?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know I was on a hot mic, and he was leading me into all these jokes.
It was.
Cody's about to do all his impersonations of different countries.
No. Okay, we're going to stop right here. All right. Are you guys... Casey, give me a sound check again.
Check.
Kelly.
Check.
Trevor.
Check.
Okay, I think we're good.
Check. Sometimes Jose moves something over there, and I lose my headphones.
Because all of the headphones come back to this splitter back here. So if that's the case, just let me know and I can.
Can you use some lube
jostle
or
it.
something
I can
on there?
Jostle
or?
it.
You're gonna Jose. I hope you warn Jose first before you go jostling over there.
I will jostle. All right, we're gonna do this. 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, stop. We needed to.
No, we didn't start.
We need to turn off that fan and close the door.
No, I want it to sound like we're in the movie Airplane.
Yeah. So we're in
There
a
are too many
we are
motherfucking snakes.
we are in the spare bedroom, the last room in the hallway of my house, and it gets hot as balls in here. So we have the fan running in here full time until we start. I got the air's cranking too, and it's hot as shit right now, and it is not keeping up. Let me make sure.
Well, it's not Arizona weather, I assure you that. So.
Yeah, you're Kelly, you're starting to come in a little bit cracked. Can you maybe make sure the connection on your headphones is good?
It's going to be a freaking project. How's that?
Still crackly.
Mm-hmm.
Try it without the headphones. Just unplug the headphones and try the mic on the Mac. No. There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
I heard something.
There you go.
Is that better?
Try again.
Maybe a little.
It's still
Is it better?
No, it's still crackly. It's super crackly.
I am having.
You missed the
I
part
never
where
had
Cody was ragging on your Mac.
Let me try throwing this mic back in.
And everybody say goodbye to Kelly.
It's always something. It's always something.
This is going exactly like it should.
Yeah, this is exactly what we would expect from the evening.
Is it Kelly's mic again or whatever?
Yeah, it was crackly, super crackly.
Kelly, do you live in Hammett?
Arizona.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Well, we could definitely hear all that.
You're
I
doing
got
something.
If you want, I can. If you give me 2 minutes, I can throw my laptop on. My desktop is obviously having an issue.
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
All right, give me 1 minute.
Okay. We will.
We're counting.
Cody, you got any more racist jokes?
Not. Excuse me.
You want
That
regalia?
was not a
regale us
racist
with
joke.
any other,
I was repeating something that Bill Burr said, and it was not a racist joke.
We're
No,
gonna,
but
we're
it
gonna
was
play a
funny,
game.
so it's okay. Just
We're gonna
go
play
ahead.
Matt's game on cities, except we're just gonna call out countries.
We're gonna call out ethnicities and cultures. Go.
No, not doing it.
Good for you. Good for holding back.
Not doing it.
I love it.
Sorry, guys.
You're good, dude. It wouldn't be a Tuesday night if we didn't have technical issues.
And it's funny because I was actually had a whole Zoom meeting with my wife and make sure everything worked right, and apparently that didn't make a damn bit of difference.
That's because she was on a Mac.
It was
Yeah, so
Mac
they-
to
yeah.
Mac. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mac to Mac.
Yeah, it's all good. when you
Mac
do
to
that.
Mac. Don't look back.
All right.
I was going to say, I think Mac to Mac is playing Coachella next year.
Oh, that's right.
It's the return of the Mac.
It's the Fleetwood Mac cover band. Mac to Mac.
Mac to Mac.
Back to Mac.
I guarantee.
Back
look
to
it
Mac.
up. I guarantee it already exists. So look it up.
Back to Mac absolutely should exist. 100%. And I'd go. Or my brother told me this one time, Fleetwood Mac, or as my brother said, Led Zeppelin for chicks. 100% correct.
There's Twisted Gypsy. They're a tribute band.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're not called Back to Mac.
No.
Oh, guys.
They play up here in Big Bear all the time.
Twisted Gypsy or Back to Mac?
Yeah, Twisted Gypsy.
Oh, man.
You look good. I can see there's another angle there. Can't hear shit.
Very, very theatric.
Nope, not. You're on mute. Just try clicking on mute again.
Yeah, there's
I'm gonna put out a whole. I'm gonna put out a whole. You know what I should do between all of our technical difficulties and all of. We should just put a whole series together of all of our technical.
All right, how about now?
There
it
you go.
is.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
And it sounds better.
Jesus.
There
All right,
you
does
go.
it sound okay?
Fleetwood
Yeah,
Mac
yeah,
is another one.
Sounds a lot better.
Fleetwood
Okay,
Mac.
cool.
Why can't you send a spreadsheet? You know you like spreadsheets. like with checklists and stuff?
In the invite that they get, there is a checklist of all of the things.
Oh, there is.
Is it in Excel
There-
or that wannabe
Oh,
Excel?
I totally ignored that.
Don't worry, most people do.
But in the invite, it's like, okay, we record at this time. Make sure you're in a quiet
I was just
place.
giving you shit.
Dude,
I'm sure you do that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, just scroll down.
There
Just
you
scroll down.
go.
There's a whole bunch of information
A
there.
whole bunch of info. There's links to download the app if you want to do it on mobile device. There's stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
Is this an acceptable?
Absolutely.
Is this acceptable
Beautiful.
audio?
Yes, much
Cool.
better. Much better. All right, we are gonna roll into this now. 3, 2, 1.
Just keep holding.
Jesus! How
Fucked
many
it up.
times are we gonna do this?
One more time. It was the wrong pipe.
I'm laughing at what Tim said in the chat.
That's what she
room.
said.
Jesus.
Hold on. Let me try it this time.
3.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody! It is 6:44.
Can't just keep holding
With six-
until
Yeah, I
it
mean,
doesn't fail.
It's 6:44 on a Tuesday night. We are recording live on YouTube as we are usually doing on Tuesday nights. We are a tad bit late. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. My understanding is our guest is using a Mac, and as you all know, that means that nothing's going to work properly. So anybody that's using iOS devices, we just got to give them a little bit of extra time. That's how that goes. So we are joined tonight by the guys from Adventure Built. How are you doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Thank you guys so much for joining. And yeah, the technical difficulties, if it wasn't on your side, it would have been on our side. That's usually what happens on a regular basis. So we are we're going to get into kind of what you guys are doing on Instagram and on YouTube. And apparently Trevor didn't even know that you were on another platform called Odyssey, which I had never heard
No
of
idea.
before until I started Googling you. Let's start with just logistically, where are you guys at in the world?
So right now we're in Arizona. Trev lives in Tucson. I live in Phoenix. So yeah, we are in the Southwest.
What's the drive distance between Tucson and Phoenix?
Maybe-
It's actually about 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just shy.
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, from our house, my house to his house is 2 hours because he lives way on the northwest side of Phoenix.
Okay.
Luckily, they opened up a new freeway, which makes his commute up here a lot quicker and more convenient.
You know what that?
Yeah, it's not good.
And you guys are brothers, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
brothers.
my brother
Wait,
is an hour and 15 away, and if he was 2 hours, I just wouldn't see him. That's too far to go see my brother. That's absolutely. If he's got about a 30 to 45 minute buffer, that if he moves any further, we just don't see each other anymore.
It's a pretty
Well,
good distance to
yeah.
Delaware.
Yeah, Arizona's a completely different beast because really we're so far apart everywhere. I mean, just driving from one side to Tucson to the other side of Tucson is an hour.
Yeah.
So like my commute to work is 45 minutes by highway every single day. So like 2 hours, oh, that's nothing, no big deal.
But that 45 minute commute to work what's your average speed in that 45 minute commute?
Oh, like 85.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
in
Yeah, I
mean,
Southern
that's a lot of
California,
distance
a
covered,
45
though.
minute commute is an average of 12.5
It's 12
miles per
miles,
hour.
yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
no joke. That's the difference. And I've spent some time in Arizona, like working and traveling, and it's very pocket from my perspective. It's very pocketed, like a metropolitan area, blank spot, metropolitan area, blank spot, and you can get. Like once you pass, we just lost Kelly again altogether. I think his laptop died. This is awesome. Once you get past like the metropolitan area, it's wide open until you get to the next city.
Oh yeah, there's just nothing but space in Arizona. I mean, we have 3 major cities, and like we say Phoenix, but Phoenix is like 6 cities, but we just say Phoenix. It's all one big city. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot of empty space, and that's one of the reasons why off-roading, rock crawling, and overlanding is so big in Arizona because we have so much space.
Yeah, you guys are great at off-roading. Apparently, video conferencing is not as much of a thing in Arizona. You're still on mute,
He's still on
Kelly.
mute.
Oh, I wish you guys. I hope.
I gotta call in Casey. He's gonna lip read and he's gonna
Oh, yes.
whatever he's gonna speak for you. I would use a lot of hand gestures if you can.
This is great.
You're on mute.
Kelly is still
You're
on
on mute, bro.
It's still. If you guys could, you have to start
All right,
watching.
how
him.
about now?
There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
Yay.
Coming at you.
There you go.
Yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna video my section, and I'm gonna send you the SD card because that's what I do.
So now you're making an assumption that we will edit a video, and anybody
we don't
that has
edit-
listened
we
to
don't
this
edit
show
shit.
knows that I have 28 terabytes of video stored up on a computer that'll never see the light of day. It'll never happen. That's why
Whatever a terabyte is.
That's part of the reason why like we said earlier, the curse words just kept making it into the show, because originally I was cutting them all out and bleeping them or whatever, the whole thing, and then I was just like, I don't have time. F it. It is what it is. You guys say whatever you say.
Hey, Betty White had a good recommendation.
What's that?
It's the first interview that takes place in the chat room. So go ahead and respond
We'll
to
have
the
to type
questions.
all his responses in the chat room and we'll read them out live.
Nice.
That's a good idea, Betty. So did you guys grow up in Arizona?
No.
No, where you guys from?
Mostly, honestly, like the last 23 years for me. So
Yeah,
it's a big chunk.
I wouldn't say that's growing up. We're actually both born in Washington State.
Oh.
We moved around a lot. Oh, bye, Kelly.
Oh, geez.
We moved around a lot. I actually consider ourselves from New Jersey because that's where we did like junior high, high school.
Yeah, formative years, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you really explore yourself and you find yourself as an individual. And and it turned out that we were not good Jerseyans. So
That's when you find out whether you're a soc or what was the other guy?
You're a greaser
A
or
greaser,
a shark,
soc,
or a jet.
a shark or a jet, and exactly.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
you just,
no, that's
dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and you know who you're fighting with, and exactly.
I kind of want to hold on. I kind of want to like I can click this button and knock Kelly out of the meeting.
No, I think it's great.
It's just to watch him scramble. It's
He's
okay.
still
He's still on
muted.
mute. So Jersey, when did you?
Yeah.
He said, "Do it, jerk face."
I dare you.
This is gonna be great.
So when did you guys move to Arizona, or did you guys move at the same time or individually?
No. We actually we kind of separated for a while. I went into active duty military, so I kind of took my own path for a few years, and then Kelly, I'll speak for him since he took off.
Involuntary.
He actually moved out here while I was doing my thing,
Okay.
and then when I got off active duty, I had a choice to either move back in with my parents, which, what kid in their early 20s wants to move back in with their parents after tasting freedom?
Yeah.
And my brother moved here, and he moved to Phoenix, so I moved in with him temporarily until I can, find my own way. And it took me a couple years, but I ended up getting out of his place and finding my own way, and that took me to Tucson. I followed my lovely wife down there, but I had no intentions of actually staying in Arizona, because I don't know if people know this. Arizona is really hot, like really.
We're familiar.
Really hot.
Yeah.
So, look, we're in California, but people think, oh, California, beach and palm trees. No, we're on the other side of the hills. We're in the dirt, the valley of
We're
the
the dirt people,
We are
yeah.
the dirt
Yeah.
people. The only thing separating you guys and
But we're-
us is the Colorado River. Other than that, it's the
we're
exact same
proud.
temperature.
We're proud dirt people.
Yes.
though.
Yeah, 100%.
Where are you guys based out of?
So my brother,
Fontucky.
yeah, Matt and Jose live in Fontana, known for its
They're no
nothing really.
Actually, I don't want to. I don't want to say what it's known for. At least growing up in the area, it's not known for good stuff. But we do have a racetrack. Like
There's a
NASCAR,
racetrack, the NASCAR racetrack.
right.
Casey's in Big Bear, which is up in the mountains, and then
What's that known for?
That's
it's known
jealousy.
for white stuff. And
It snows up there.
Snow.
There's like a lake in Giant.
Well, that could be taken a couple different
Yep.
ways.
Yeah.
It snows in Fontana too, bro.
and the three of us are sitting in my house, which is in Eastvale, which is just outside of Ontario, California. So we're all like, I mean, again, Casey's
that's true.
hour-
Tim did say Fontana is known for its trucking terminals.
It does have.
we're
It
very-
is
there's
a
a
trucking hub
crap
capital.
ton of trucks.
We're
in
very proud of
Fontana.
that too. Yeah, that's
I
right.
hate driving through Fontana because you get stuck behind trucks.
Then don't.
I don't.
Stay out, dude.
So,
Oh, okay. So you guys are LA. Like,
whoa.
No.
Oh,
No.
he looked at
Don't-
him.
don't-
He looked at him. Hey, it takes me
It
3
would
days.
take me 6 hours to get to LA.
It
from
would
here.
take me 45 days to get to LA from
And,
where I'm at.
and you got to get jumped in when you cross the county line.
Right.
It's like
It's
I
not
don't-
worth it.
I only
Anybody
go
got
to
time for
LA
that?
if I have to for work or if my wife makes me. That's it. That's the only reason to go to LA.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
No, it's not fun.
Dodger games.
Again, no reason to go to LA.
Oh, stop it. The only reason.
So what year was that? What year did Trevor? Did you actually end up on Kelly's couch?
Oh God, that was 2002.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh my God, I've been here 20 years already.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's the bulk of your life.
Yeah.
The lion's share.
So yeah, I mean, I would say the last 20 something years is a significant portion. You are a Southwesterner. There's nothing you can do. But you're a lizard. You're a desert person. Deal with it.
You're all
Yep.
scaly and
Yep.
junk.
I'm ashy.
Perpetual
We have
sunburn
different kinds
on
of
your
lizards
face.
out in Fontana.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you're going with that, Jose.
Good one,
Skip over
Jose.
that one. We're gonna skip over that. So so go back to 2002 when you guys you got back together there in Arizona. Was off-roading and camping and adventuring and overlanding didn't exist, but like, was that lifestyle part of something that you guys were already doing, or is that something that came later?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We actually both had Jeeps at the time, and I had an awesome 4-cylinder Jeep Wrangler.
Sweet.
And to save $400, I actually did not get air conditioning because I bought it when I was living in Colorado.
Yes.
Um,
You didn't need it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
didn't need it at all. And then I almost died getting stuck in traffic in Phoenix, and I was like, oh God, that's awful.
That's a
I
lesson
had
learned. I'm sorry,
I had
Kelly.
I had a
Any-
94 Wrangler also. Well, Trev had a TJ, I had a YJ, and Trev actually would leave his Jeep at my house when he would on deployments. So I got to drive both Jeeps, and neither one had AC, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned. This is a lesson learned. Anybody that's listening, all 12 people, if you have an option to get AC in anything, you get that
it.
shit.
Is that even
Yeah.
like a thing you check? Like when you're buying, don't all new cars now? come
I
with
would
AC?
suspect.
I don't
so.
care
I
if
don't know.
you're-
Ask Adam. Adam
Hey,
got roll-up
that's
windows.
true.
I don't care.
Some of those
Yeah,
Jeep
that's
Gladiators come with roll-up windows, so maybe the air conditioning is
I don't
optional.
care if you're buying stationary. You click air conditioning every single time.
When I had my TJ, I bought it without air conditioning because I kept saying, you know what? I can add it later. It's only $1,100. It's a kit. I am an air conditioning guy. I can do it. Never did
No.
it. Never
No.
did it. Don't. It's like it's the 6-cylinder and air conditioning. Don't ever think that you're not gonna need those, and always upgrade. Like it's. Casey and I, my dad had a 4-cylinder Wrangler, and constantly he would ask the conversation, "How hard do you think it would be to put a 6 in it? Sell it and get a different Jeep."
Yeah.
That's how hard it would be.
Yes.
It would be more difficult than going down to DIY and getting a for sale sign
Yes.
and putting it on it. That is way more difficult than that.
No, better yet, you tell them that's like 4 or 6 bolts. I don't know. Just go ahead and do it.
No,
Yeah.
no, because Casey and I would have been. The ones
I
under
would
the
be. I would
doing it.
have to do it.
Yeah. So 2002, you're both driving Jeeps, and you're doing some off-roading and outdoor stuff and camping and where did what was the type of off-roading and camping you were doing back then? Because I'm going to assume that it's very different than what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so basically it started off with just going off and just exploring Arizona. You know, it's such a new concept for us having mountains and just all that land because New Jersey is very, small in what you could actually off-road. But being out in the vast wilderness of Arizona with the cactus and palm trees and just different desert scenery, it really opened us up to all kinds of different off-roading. So we started off just kind of exploring different areas, and then that kind of snowballed into a little bit more hardcore trails. And then, we would still go to Colorado and do longer trips where we camp and, kind of like the baseline overlanding back in the day. But yeah, started off like kind of just exploring into rock crawling, kind of, little more technical.
Have you guys ever made it out to Parker, Arizona to do any off-roading and camping in Parker?
I don't think we've been to Parker. We've been kind of close. I think Florence is kind of close to Parker, right?
I do not know.
I'm from California.
Well,
you're asking the wrong guy, first of all.
Yeah,
Hold
first
on,
of all,
I'm looking
I'm
it
not.
We would turn to you to answer that question.
Tim.
Oh, God.
Tim says
Yeah.
not at all. Tim
No.
says not at all.
No.
No.
So okay.
No,
So
so
looking at the map, we are going to have to plan a meetup in Parker. We did
Best trip of my life.
a couple years ago. We did a trip to Parker, and Jose didn't show up because he was lame, and it was epic.
He got the bid.
He did. It was one of our favorite trips. It was cold as shit because it was December, but it's so much good camping and off-roading and wheeling. Like we should plan a meetup in the middle and do an expedition out there. Just keep that on.
There's a bar and everything.
Yeah, there's the,
Yeah, so
There's a
What's
Walmart.
Parker near?
so
And a
Parker is north
Havasu.
of Quartzsite. It's in between Quartzsite and Lake Havasu,
Yeah.
like right on
Okay.
the river.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's right
yeah.
on
That's
the
where
river.
like the Peace Trail is.
yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
We
Yes.
didn't.
yes.
Yes.
PIECE or
A piece of
PEAC?
what? What kind of
Like-
piece? A
like
piece of
peace and
the
love.
peace tail? What?
Oh, PEAC. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Peace Trail is south of there, though. I think it's heading the opposite direction that Parker's going.
But I think it ends in Lake Havasu, so I think it'd probably go right
Does
under
it?
there.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
maybe
it does
we
if
won't.
it's going that way.
Does it have a stop sign on that
We will
trail?
have to find it. Yeah, look.
Our resident
got-
We might have been on
Arizonian
that trail.
says Peace Trail is the exact opposite of Vampire Mine.
Okay, we did a trail called Vampire Mine, and it was epic. We'll have to
Just by the description alone.
yes.
Because
I mean, you had to fight the vampires off as
vampires.
you go, but but it was fun. So you guys. Tell me a little bit about your, background. You don't have to get too detailed if you don't want to, but like what you're doing today with Instagram and social media and YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah, what's Adventure Built?
Is that
about?
That's what my next question was, jackass.
What's your social security number?
I was waiting. It's like, dude, are you gonna get to this or not?
See,
You
there's
talk
this-
about Quartzsite.
There's
and
this thing.
Fucking Peace Trails.
There's this
and
thing that you
goddamn
do.
Walmarts. Are we gonna get down to brass tacks?
There's
here?
this thing you do in interviewing calling
It's been
leading
an
the
hour and a
listener.
half.
You're leading. Yeah, but the first 45 minutes was Kelly just fucking around with his computer. Not my fucking fault.
Oh, we got disgusted.
So
We got it in. All right.
individually, what's your background? Like, what do you guys do? And I'm assuming it wasn't social media marketing, but what kind of background did you guys have running up to Adventure Build?
Nothing to do with anything social media related. My background's in law enforcement, so that was loud. Nothing to do with social media, but so the whole thing started off with it's actually a dumb story. Me and my buddy Joe. So
There's
I
no such
had a
thing.
BMW. Yeah,
Sorry.
me and my buddy Joe, we did adventure motorcycle. We did the whole Arizona BDR.
Okay.
So at the beginning, starting down by the Mexican border, I had my GoPro with me, because everyone's got a GoPro, and we're just, getting some stupid little videos of ourselves. So I put my GoPro on the back of my bike, and Joe was following me, and he was just being a jackass on the bike, and it was like a 8 minute clip. And he's all like, "Oh, dude, send it to me," and it was just too big to send. So I ended up having to just like, "Oh, I'll put it on YouTube. You can look at it, and then I'll just delete it." And it never, and actually, like it went up, and I thought it was just kind of cool. So then we made longer and longer, and it kind of evolved from there.
Oh.
That I mean, how many
I'm
other?
gonna start posting shit on
Yeah,
YouTube.
no, you're not. You're not gonna do fucking
I'll figure it out someday.
You're not
dude.
gonna do a
I'll
goddamn
figure it
thing.
out someday.
It's gonna be him looking down at his phone.
Dumbass
It's
pictures
gonna look,
of my kids.
It's gonna look like I just watched the Transformers. It's gonna be those videos of the Mars rover where it's like a shadow of Megatron and no one's gonna know what it is. NASA's gonna be stalking his page.
Those are very popular videos, dude. Is that Megatron on Mars? Oh shit, guys, Megatron's on Mars. The next thing you know, conspiracy theories.
Whatever. So Trevor, what's your background?
So I'm military, for a lot of it. I'm an air traffic controller at this point. I'm still in the military, part-time. But yeah, it's one of those gigs where I did not ever picture myself being an air traffic controller. I don't think any kid when they're little, it's like, oh, I want to be an air traffic controller
dude. You
when I
see him
grow
waving
up.
around those things, and you're like, that's...
I don't think that he's talking about.
That's not air traffic
I know.
controller.
I don't
was
think you
being
know the
silly.
words that I'm saying.
Jesus, guys.
I think he has the most stressful job in existence.
Dude,
Don't
See,
you?
that's what I
Actually
like
not
people
true.
to think.
That is so not true.
No, but keep telling everybody that, because the more people think that, the less people bother me. And it's funny because if you go to like there's two types of air traffic controllers, really. You have
ones and bad ones.
your yeah. Well, that's another thing. So you've got your guys that work up in the tower and everything, and then you got your guys that work in radar. And you can always tell who's who when they're on break, because all the tower guys, they're all like, hey man, how's it going? You know, you're like whatever, joking and having a good time. The radar guys, they're by themselves, ghost white, just like smoking and like thinking about how they're gonna like literally blow up the building. Like that's so.
I was gonna say, knowing what I know about air traffic control, is everything okay? Are you okay, Trevor? Do you need to talk to anybody, or just make sure you're all
good.
right?
I'm good.
Oh no!
Thank you.
I called. I'm all like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at work. I just got a nap in."
I get lost going around my own block, and I would love to be an air traffic controller for like just a day. I'd be like, yeah, no, go that direction. Well, just go. Look, you'll be fine. Just go. You'll get there
There'd
eventually.
just be airplanes making U-turns all over his
circles,
screen.
Airplanes crossing each other. I thought you said north. Isn't that north? Aren't you going north?
Look,
Yeah, it's up on my screen.
Look, motherfuckers, follow the blue dot. Like, God damn it. That's a callback.
Just follow your GPS, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
on the screen.
Why are you bothering me?
I sent you a Gaia file.
So I think this is super cool. Like the fact that neither one of you come from any type of media background or marketing background. You're very everyday guys with everyday jobs, and at some point you accidentally post a video up on YouTube 4 years ago, and it's still up there now. It's still up there now. The video that you go see the video that at their channel at Adventure Built on YouTube to see where it all started, and then it's like, one or two videos that year, and then a couple more videos the next year, and then 3 or 4 more the following year, and then boom, it's like 2 years ago you guys just started posting every week. So tell us about that transition. Like, when did Adventure Built become a thing? When you guys decided to do this, and what was your plan?
So really, it all came about like fully accidentally. I had stepped away from the off-roading scene for a while. I had kids. It was funny because Kelly talked about his adventure bike. I actually had an adventure bike before he did, but I had nobody to ride with. And I realized that riding a 800-pound adventure bike in the desert alone was not a good idea.
Agreed.
And so I sold it. And then we also bought a house at that time too. And then we had kids. So I totally stepped away from off-road, and we still did a lot of camping. I got like RV, travel trailer, all that, typical stuff. And I realized how much I hated it. Like being in a campground around a bunch of other people. I mean, I was like, this is like living in a apartment building, but out closer to stuff outside. So I didn't care for that style of travel. So I wanted to get back into off-roading, ended up picking up a 4Runner. And while like I'm planning out my build and everything for my 4Runner, I actually got
With air conditioning.
with air conditioning,
Okay.
100%, and a V6.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. And ended up getting, I got on Trail 4R's website, and it was just a wealth of knowledge, great layout. And I'm like, oh, I'm learning so much about all the different stuff. So much has changed since I've been away. I mean, back in the day, your pinnacle lift kit was a Rancho suspension. And you're like, oh my God.
Unless you wanted
Like,
to go
it's-
big and it was Skyjacker. That was like your
Oh,
only two
yeah.
options.
So at that point I was like, okay, you know, like I'm doing all this stuff, and on their website, you know, you're like, oh, you want to get paid for, you know, doing reviews and everything. So I'm like, well, yeah, I want to get paid. I'm doing it anyway. So I started doing some articles with them. I ended up having like my entire 4Runner build is on Trail 4R, like the entire thing. And but when we're doing it, there's like I was doing a couple things on my own, and then I talked to Kelly and I was like, hey bro, I need help with the suspension. Like it's been forever since I've done a suspension, and even then I wasn't 100% like really knowledgeable, and Kelly's done a whole bunch of stuff with vehicles. And so he's like, well, you know, if we're going to do it, I might as well record us doing it. And literally that's
No, I've said
kind
the
of how
same
we
thing to my wife, and it never goes well. It never that conversation never like.
You're doing this anyway.
Look, we're already here. I've got the GoPro on.
It's a new look for the
And the
podcast.
chest mount.
You know what?
and
Now
the
that I
head
think about
mount.
that, edit that. I need to take that out. That was horrible.
He actually might edit that.
Maybe.
No, I doubt it. I'm actually looking up trail tracers on Pornhub right now to see if
Holy crap! If there's an account, I want to get paid.
It's not trail chasers, it's tail
Oh my God,
chasers.
it's tail chasers.
No R, no R.
You didn't even change the
Intellectual
logo.
property.
Yeah.
Hashtag you own it. He hashtagged it. I saw Kelly do the finger thing. He owns
Someone's
it
got
now.
cameras in
Blew
my
it.
house, and I don't know about it. So you guys video the install of the suspension on the 4Runner, and you just posted it up. At that point, did you like, oh, we're gonna put it on the Adventure Built page, or like, you know, how did it get from filming it to where it's at now?
So the channel was actually initially called Get Lost, Find Adventure. And that was all about the motorcycle adventures. And after the Arizona BDR, like I kind of stopped posting and just, you know, really nothing to post. And I was actually at SEMA. I happened to go with a buddy of mine. He invited me to go. So I went to SEMA, and I was just interviewing people for all the overland type stuff. And I was talking to Larry from Dometic, and he was all like, you know, just like, oh man, you're actually pretty good at this. And I'm like, I feel like a dumbass. It was like my first interview style. So I called Trev, and I'm all like, this is really cool. Like, you know, you've got a 4Runner. Let's start, you know, doing that kind of thing. And then I had a 2nd gen Tacoma, and then I got a 3rd gen Tacoma. And that's when I basically rebranded the channel to Adventure Belt, started the whole social media thing. And, you know, basically it kind of grew from there. The initial thing was straight installs to build our vehicles to be able to go out and do awesome adventures. So the installs on Trev's 4Runner, my Tacoma, and then that evolved into, once they were at a place where we could, you know, start really going out and seeing things, that's when the adventures kind of started.
And when, what year was that you switched the name and decided to go for it?
And I think that was like early mid 2019. So just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are going hard. You guys have done great in a short period of time. I mean,
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
So
I mean, we've done a lot of work on Nissans, and nobody gives a shit. And then we'll go on adventures to Parker or whatever. Nobody
Trev is
cares. We do
Trev
the
is
Mojave
always
Trail.
trying
It's
to
like,
get
whatever,
his
dude. You know.
Nobody gives a shit because we don't post anything.
Yeah, it's funny because you guys said Nissan, like I love Nissan. Kelly and I are back and forth all the time on
Kelly's all nope.
on
How'd that Titan
what
build
is
go, bro?
Yeah, I was
Dude,
gonna say you had
the
a video
Titan-
regarding a Titan, like why it's a good
Yeah.
overland vehicle.
yeah. So I still believe 100% that the Titan is the best full size truck for overlanding out there. 100%.
Elaborate, please.
It's just better all the way around. Like it's a better engine, it's a better drivetrain. Even I haven't driven the new Tundra yet, so I think you can get that with a rear locker now. But
Yeah.
before the Tundra didn't
Yeah.
have a rear locker.
Yeah.
True.
So it was literally at that time the best one out there, and it was the best for the buck as well. You got a great interior, great exterior. I mean, looks are always subjective, but it did everything that all the other trucks did. But the problem was aftermarket support.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you wanted anything to be able to build it out, it was either going to be some like garbage stuff, or it was going to be massively expensive.
Custom.
So any money that you saved in buying the vehicle, you spent it on the aftermarket side of things.
Yeah.
So on our end, I bought a Frontier, 2018 Frontier. That was my first. When we started the podcast, I was four-wheeling my wife's Renegade at the time. Just, hey, I'm out there, And look, keep laughing. Keep going. It's funny. It is funny. But I wheeled the shit out of that thing. And then I bought my Frontier, and everybody here will, back up. I beat the shit out of that truck. I drive it to work every day. That truck will do anything a Tacoma will do. And then some. Like I think it's
And
equal.
it was $12,000 less.
It was $12,000
Yeah,
less.
and that's the argument that I always have with my brother, because he is a Tacoma fanboy, 100%.
Well,
And
Why wouldn't
like,
you
and-
be?
Because why
it
would I
costs too
be?
much
Because
money.
it's got a shit transmission and a shit drivetrain. That's about. It was
Also-
great in 2004 when it was first rolled out.
Right.
Hasn't changed since.
And they're not comfortable.
And they're uncomfortable
They're-
as shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
there's fixes for all.
there you go, Kelly.
Look,
I'm in good company here,
Yes.
because I have said from the beginning that the Frontier is the best mid-size truck
100%.
for off-roading. I mean, when you look at it like specs, really the Chevy ZR2 should be the best overland truck out there from a factory on paper. But the problem is it's a Chevy. And
Longevity.
there's
falls apart.
There's so
and
many
you
issues.
You can't get replacement parts. We had a buddy that had one for a while, and he missed 2 trips because right before a light went off or something broke, and he ended up getting rid of it.
I like Betty White said $12,000 less, 2 more disc brakes.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yes.
That's the thing.
Rear disc brakes.
So
Yeah.
I
From
had
the
a,
That's the thing.
I had a
You
I
can't
had a-
get that on a truck.
I had a Gen 2 Tacoma, and it was time to get something new. And I personally found that Tacoma to be extremely uncomfortable for long drives. When it was just my weekend toy or whatever, but when I had to transition to driving it daily, it was killing me because it was uncomfortable. And I drove the Gen 3 Tacoma at the same time I drove my Ranger. The new Frontier wasn't available at the time. And you drive those 2 vehicles back to back, and the advancements in the 10-speed transmission and Turbo 4 of the Ranger compared to the dated drivetrain of the Tacoma was enough. And you add the comfort amenities, but it was enough for me. Hold on real quick. But I would still, even though I love my Ranger, I still think the Frontier, including the new version, bang for buck, pound for pound, you're going to get the most off-road capability out of a stock Frontier for the dollar compared to any of those vehicles now.
But that's the thing, like Toyota now has the blueprint, to be.
I'm sure Gen 4 is going to be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like they know the issues that they're now the old truck, like that. The third gen Tacoma is now like the crusty truck of the batch, but still, there's enough aftermarket support that. Dude, that'll go on forever. That'll never be a dime.
And you can
platform.
buy anything for the third gen. Any component you want, if your heart desires, it's out there.
Yeah.
And as soon as the 4th gen comes out, I'm sure they'll take care of all those issues, like whatever complaints that people have.
I think Toyota's going to go, look,
F you.
3 speeds has been all we've needed this long. That's all you're going to get. We're going to put an electric version. We're going to have an electric motor and a 3-speed transmission. Deal with it. And the seat is going to be that far off of the floor. Just like that.
Turbo 6.
They're going to come out with 3 different powertrains for it. It's
No,
gonna be, hybrid,
And if
turbo
they did,
4, and all electric.
if they did come out with a 3-speed trans and just
On-
whatever
on the
it said,
column?
and
On
then
the column?
exactly, and just said, "Hey,"
3 on the tree.
and if they said, "Hey, fucking take it," I would respect them for that. Like, damn. 'Cause the
Are they
people
going to
would
put disc brakes on it on the 4th
No,
gen?
but like,
Jose?
yeah,
No.
people would still go, well, this is the best damn 3 on the tree that's ever been invented. This is the best, most dependable fucking. That's exactly what
Tacoma owners are Android owners. It's no matter what piece of shit Toyota puts out, if they're going to support it. But I do think the Gen 4 is going to be I hope that the next generation of Tacoma is ratcheting up the expectations.
It has a lot of competition at this point now, for sure.
Yeah, because it wasn't by itself before. Because now Chevy just released the new Colorado new ZR2 package, and now has a Trail Boss package in there too. I mean, the Ford
Ranger is going to be freaking awesome.
They're going to have a Raptor Ranger.
Yep.
So
Still a Ford.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yep.
It's
So-
still a Ford.
And,
Yeah,
and,
but
and
we are
that
in
Ford will
agreement.
wave out the window while you're behind it, still in second gear.
You broke down. You
So-
need help.
No.
Yeah, not when the turbo
Okay.
overheats.
So here is the reason why, and I'm not a Ford guy at all, but the reason that I think the Ford is a better truck than the Tacoma is, one, the Ford Ranger is an Australian design truck. So that thing was made to be beat on in Australian conditions. And it's like the US one is actually made in the US. The Tacoma is a US specific truck that's made in Mexico. Like, so
Or Texas.
no, it's not in Texas anymore. Ever since 2020, they moved all production,
they
starting
make
at 21 models
They make the
into
new
Mexico.
Tacoma and Sequoia in that Texas plant now.
They still make the cup holder in Texas so that they can say that it's partially. It's like, no, made in Texas.
Matt's a
Made
Ford
the
guy.
USA using international parts.
Yes.
Jose.
I had to.
Yes. But I love the conversation around this. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is we will make fun of everybody in every vehicle, but we will also respect everybody in every vehicle. Like, we have people that come out in what we call Megatron. It's a JK on 40s, and then Matt's Renegade, right? But
It's my wife's Renegade.
there's
and it got totaled. She has an Explorer now. So,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I
forgot
don't even
about
want to
that.
brag about that. She has a Ford now. She has a Ford,
Right.
Jose.
my point
God
being
damn
is,
it.
like, you can have 4,000 conversations and arguments about what's the right vehicle, and it's always going to come
But
down
that's
to
the fun-
individual preference.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the fun, especially now we all have like some experience with different vehicles, and that's what's great is that banter. Everybody. Let's just shit on Chevy today. There's nobody here to shit on Fenders. Yeah.
Hold on. Dave M said that his Ford Ranger was a POS. Sorry, Cody. Yeah, but Dave, I think it's you. You've been through like 16 vehicles in the 2 years you've been listening to this show. I don't think it was the Ford. I think it's you.
I think that qualifies him more than anybody else on the show. Like he's driven everything.
Yeah.
Get a Santa Cruz. Get a Santa Cruz.
Yes.
Tell us how it
Tell
is.
us how the Santa Cruz is. So as you guys are looking at your channel, and everybody go to AdventureBuilt _ on Instagram or AdventureBuilt on YouTube to follow these guys. They've already got 23,000 followers. I don't know what they're doing hanging out with us. But looking at your channel, you guys have really you guys are doing it. And when I say that, I mean, like, you're putting the content out. You are doing the adventures and editing the film. And talk to me about that piece of it. I mean, you start filming a random dude on a motorcycle, and then a couple years later, you decide to go into this full time, like, you know, hardcore, and you guys are doing it. What's that been like over the last couple years of you know, curating putting together the plan, curating the filming, doing the editing and posting it? How does that work for you guys?
Plan. You're
It's a
supposed to have a
process.
plan.
Also, if you could explain what curating means.
I don't know that one, but as far as the YouTube, yeah. So I do all of the editing, posting, all that stuff, and it's a weekly chore. I'll be honest, especially working full time with the job that I have. It's super demanding, but you know, I have a, you know, it's just a passion. I love overlanding. I love Trev and I going out on adventures and doing fun stuff. The builds are super cool. I love the product testing. You know, we go to the expos and we interview just new cool stuff. And honestly, it's awesome because now every single trail that we go on or every expo or we'll be out and people are all like, "Oh my God, you're Kelly from Adventure Belt." You know, it's that, I don't know, it just feels so cool to be recognized outside, you know, from other people. And yeah, it's just, I think that is what really just keeps it, you know, because granted, it's not making money, you know, it's, if anything, it's just kind of giving us gas money for our next adventure. And it's just, it's that, like, that positive feedback that we keep getting that just keeps driving me to keep doing it. Other than that, it's just the fact that my wife really hates it, so I just love doing it.
Bonus.
We've said that a bunch of times. Like, if you're getting into a YouTube channel or podcasting or content creation because you want to be a millionaire, you should do other things. Like, there, you know, there's you have to be into it because you love doing it and enjoy it, and then eventually maybe it works out. But it's very difficult in the world today to carve out enough of a niche to create that income, that steady income. But I feel like, and I think these guys would agree that, you know, it's going to sound corny, but the opportunities that we get, the adventures we get to go on, the people we get to meet, the things that we get to do, the products we get to play with, all of that is reward. Like, that, all of that is part of it.
So to elaborate or hijack that, what are, like, some cool products that you got to check out or that you were impressed with?
Jeez. So some of the
that's
cool
right
stuff
out of left field.
Yeah,
Take
So some of the cool stuff I'm playing with right now is I got the Devos Light Ranger. It's a big pedestal light that shoots up like 8 feet in the air. And we're doing a cool project in a couple weeks. And I was out pre-riding in Colorado, and it was just, bugs were nuts. So I put that light out just away from camp, and the bugs kind of went towards that and away from me. And I was like, perfect. I have area light, and you know, it's the bugs are going towards that and staying away from me. So it's just those cool little things that you get those things and you go, why would I ever need this, or why would I ever use this? And then you take it out there, and this is like saving your ass from getting eaten by mosquitoes. And you're like, all right, I'd pay $100 for that.
Yeah.
I got to see that at the Explorer Expo, and it's pretty awesome. You can there's a solar panel that actually clips onto the top of the light and will charge the light like while you're out wheeling or whatever.
I don't have that.
It's something, I think it's like an extra you can get where it clips on top of the light and it'll charge the light while it's, you know, during the day.
Was that a selling point of of this light? Like
no, it was just something that I thought of when I was out there. I was just getting chewed up by mosquitoes and still had to cook and didn't want to do it in the cab of my truck. So I didn't have bug spray. So I just put that light out, and all the bugs went that way. And I was like, perfect. It gave me enough time to make a meal and, you know, go to bed.
Cody, you should check this out. You're all about pedestals.
Yes. That was a horrible callback.
You dragged that out.
Yeah, that was.
I gotta say
that was like a. What's the equivalent? What's the podcast equivalent of a dad joke? Because that was bad.
That's like a uncle.
No, I think that's called a bomb.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I'll go with that one.
Story of my life.
I'll go with that one. So the adventures that you guys go on, and again, going back to your YouTube page, you can see all the stuff that you guys are doing. Are you guys mostly going with families? Are you going just two of you? Are you going with a group? Tell me about like an average trip for you guys.
We kind of mixed it up, really.
Yeah, it really does. Like most of our trips are actually family trips, especially our longer trips. But we still, try to get out there. Like Moab, it was just Kelly and I, but I brought my oldest son as well. That
so it was your
an
family.
amazing trip.
Okay.
Yeah. My boys are old and grown, and not even around
It
anymore.
wasn't like you borrowed somebody's family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, my boys are a little younger, so I got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and so they're still hanging around all over.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I just tell my boys when we go camping, like, hey, there's a pile of rocks. Go throw them at stuff. Like, just get please get out of my hair.
Like there is nothing that is as good for kids as just getting them out in the wilderness and letting them kind of go off on their own and do their own thing. Like my kids are wild children, and like they love getting out there. I mean, so we literally, even on YouTube, that's probably maybe a quarter of our trips, really. I mean, like we still do so much camping that we just don't even film because like we don't have time.
Well, yeah.
How often do you guys go?
So we were trying to go every month, but here lately, with the heat, you have to go up north, and it's just we actually haven't been in a few months now, just because things have been so crazy, and we're ramping up everything to do a big trip next month, or it's basically it's called back. Yeah, it's a couple weeks. So Trev and I basically we're organizing a big group ride, starting in Telluride and doing 8 big mountain passes, leading up to Overland Expo Mountain West.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And actually, Chase Gentry that you had on just a few shows ago, he's going to be joining us.
Do me a favor, like pop his tire or something. Tell him it was from us.
I got a message from you.
No, Chase is super cool, super good guy. And so when does that trip?
Well, actually, not to cut you off, but that was something we actually discussed with Chase. Is there's like a point where, you're doing a lot of cool things. You're camping with your family, and it's like there's a lot of potential content there, but do I want to actually try and make something of this, or just enjoy my time with my kids and my family or whatever? And that's what I find myself. It's like, who gives a shit about what I'm posting or things that I'm doing? I'd rather just kind of enjoy it or whatever. And then, maybe there's a snippet I decide to take a picture of, that. Do you guys find yourself in that same scenario, where you have to decide when is it content worthy and when is it I'm just trying to enjoy myself?
So Trev gets a lot more just enjoyment family travels than I. Pretty much almost every trip I go on ends up being content, just because, again, weekly videos. I need the content for the channel. So
I like how Matt. Sorry to cut you off, but I like how Matt was like, the only reason I don't create content and film things is because my boys are with me. Otherwise, I would be editing film regularly and posting on a regular basis.
Do I have like the elocution like that? Do I pronounce my words? Yeah, look that up.
Yeah.
Do I
What
speak
did you just
in
call
that? Magneto. I just think you're like a super villain.
So sorry, Kelly. I had to call out
the elocutor.
I had to call Matt on his BS.
But
Matt
honestly,
says you're welcome,
Matt's,
world. I don't have to
Yeah.
put up content.
Matt's not wrong though, because literally that's one of the
Can you say
reasons
that
why
again?
I don't.
Trevor, please, one more time. Can you say
Oh,
that again?
okay. I'm sorry. Yes.
How do I
Matt
mute
is
him?
actually correct. Yeah.
To a point.
To a point, yes. Because really, it's when you've got little kids running around and you're trying to you're off-roading, you're camping, you're trying to manage everything, and then all of a sudden you add filming into it. It really does become like a job at that point. And when anything starts to become a job, then it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it's that whole saying, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's a load of crap, because when it becomes a job, it's no longer fun, you know, like when you're like, oh, I need income, I need to do this, then it really starts stress, and that stress is what really takes out the fun.
Yeah, I
This
totally
is another
agree.
podcast. I could completely like start another podcast about like that what you just said. Like, oh yeah, you know, I dreamt about being a plumber my entire life. I love pumping toilets and chasing shit. You know, like, and I only say it because you know, I'm in construction, and if I want to talk about plumbers, I'll do it. But you know, it is true. Like, you know. Sure, I don't know. I don't know what scenario exists where you live, you enjoy. Well, I don't want to say you don't enjoy your job, but you know, work to live, live to work, whatever. It is like a myth, I'd say. But when you get that time to go spend, you know, I guess that's the thing, right? You got to find that balance. Like, hey, I'm going to go out camping. I'm going to take some content when I feel like it. Maybe you schedule it, but now it feels like a job because you scheduled that content. And then I'm going to release whatever, you know, just because people, I guess, want to see whatever it is I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the nice, go ahead, bro.
You know who I feel really bad for are the people out there with YouTube channels, and they depend on that money for a living. Like that's where I feel bad for them, because then it becomes that pressure to do well and to succeed. And you know, this is just fun. Like YouTube right now is fun. If tomorrow I decide it's not fun anymore, I just won't post videos anymore. Like it's, you know, I'm not relying on the dozens of dollars that I get for anything other than beer money. So
Yeah.
Dozens of dollars.
Dozens.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Good
All right,
job.
bro.
Did you just pop your collar? Wow.
I think a lot of the big channels out there are a victim of their own success. So like what they love to do is now like they have to do.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? That's actually been like a point of interest or whatever I've talked about at work. I work for a pretty large company. We have a branch in Hawaii, and
You're a pretty big deal.
I'm
People
a big
know
deal.
you?
You guys don't know about me, but I'm a pretty big deal. And there are a number of like service techs or whatever that have to go to Hawaii, and they're like, "Oh, I'll be in Hawaii for 3 weeks." And it's like, I don't know if I mean, yes, I'll go work in Hawaii. Great, but now Hawaii is work. Like you associate Hawaii with work. You know, it's like, hey, do you want to work from home? Not really. I would actually like to be at home and then not think about work. You know, it's kind of a weird association, but yeah, I agree.
But I think there's a balance there, right? I mean, I think that just like with anything, you can it can be if you're enjoying it and you're making enough to make a living and it all works out, then you know, great. Otherwise, it's but I think for the majority of people that are content creators in this space, it's a hobby. It's about sharing a passion. It's about connecting with the community and doing something fun, you know, to get to as a break, a mental and emotional break from the day-to-day that you do to provide for your family and all those other things, right? I think that's, at least for a lot of myself and a lot of the other people that we've talked to, it seems like it's a very consistent thread. So what's next? So you guys, you've gone to the expos, you've gone to SEMA, you've done adventures. Like, what kinds of things are you thinking about and planning to do as you go forward?
So right now, like, we're just trying to, like, I really want this back road to Mountain West to be a, you know, like, I'm a new Overland Expo ambassador. So I'm trying to get, you know, our name out in the Expo realm. I really like doing all the review videos at Expo. I love talking to all the vendors at Expo. It's just super cool to be in that realm of, you know, rubbing elbows with people that are actually making the stuff that you're using. And honestly, we have honest conversations with a lot of the vendors too. And we'll tell them like, hey, you know, this is cool, but maybe if you tweak it just a little bit here, you know, and they're like, God, I never thought about that. So everyone is super receptive on feedback from the end user about their products. And it's just cool to be, you know, plus we have that clout. Like, they know we use it because they can watch the videos. Like, a lot of the vendors, they know who we are. So, you know, we're not just two dudes being like, huh, your shit's cool, man. You know, they really listen to us. So it's good to have that backing with the channel. I mean, and it's weird that YouTube is the reason that people will listen to our opinions, but that's just the fact of the matter is that it does.
And I also think that we're bringing like a completely different perspective than a lot of other people, because a lot of people are like industry insiders. They're like coming from off-road racing. They have their hands in all these other things. We are not those dudes. We are literally your average Joe guys, that are, we don't have a shop, we don't have like, we're not mechanics. So we're doing everything ourselves, and we're out there wheeling ourselves. We're not paying anybody to like guide us or anything else. Like, we're figuring it out as we go. So, and I think that angle connects with a lot more people, because they look at us and they're like, dude, if these two idiots can do this, anybody can.
I was saying, rad guys.
If Trevor and this idiot can do it, no, you're 100% right though. We've made the comment about this show. It's the Everyman show for Everyman off-roaders, because we're in the same boat, and it's when you think about the people that are enjoying the off-roading and overlanding, it's the blue collar, it's us, it's the people that are we have to go buy our own stuff and work on our own vehicles and do these things. And I don't know, none of us know how to use a map when it first came out on digital maps. We were all Thomas guy. You guys look like you might be my age. Thomas guides, flipping through things, and it's learning all those things on your own, and then being willing to share them with other people that are either just getting into it or want to grow in what they're doing. There's a connection there, because there's a shared experience, a shared life experience, I think, and that makes your message resonate with the community.
So, yeah, absolutely. I just, like every install we've done, I would say 95% of them have been in my garage right behind me here. Mm-hmm. So, that's what I say. Like, we're using hand tools. We're not using the biggest tech. We're not using CAD design, anything. We're using off-the-shelf products with hand
Freight tools.
Yeah, I mean, nothing super special, and we're able to get the job done. So I tell you what, here's a quick story. So I was in Colorado 2 weeks ago, and I'm driving down off of Ophir Pass, one of the passes over there by Lakeside. And I'm driving down, and it's nice. I got the windows down. It just rained, and 2 Tacomas are coming my way, passing me. All of a sudden, I hear the driver go, "Holy shit!" Slams on his brakes. His buddy almost hits him. And I back up, and I'm like, "Everything all right?" And he's all like, "Dude, you're kind of eventual." He's like, "Everything on my Tacoma I built watching your channel. Everything."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like anyone can do it. I said, if we can do it, anyone can do it.
That is a cool story.
I had a similar story, but it was about stickers. Like, every sticker I put on my truck was something that you commented about. And I felt a welling up.
You're like,
pride.
I'm making a difference. So is the plan to continue the content in the same things that you're doing now? Grow the channel organically, build the Instagram page, just continue, feeding the machine and growing momentum.
Yeah, really more focused on YouTube. Instagram drives me absolutely insane. Can't keep up with, is it pictures? Is it reels? Who knows? But, so I've kind of like backburnered Instagram. It seems to be, but YouTube is the main outlet, really.
Yeah. And if you ever want to see any Instagram photos of the 4Runner, you got to go to Overlanding North America. That's somehow we split those up. I keep trying to send Kelly pictures of the 4Runner, and he's like, "It's not a Tacoma. It's not going on."
It's in the realm.
That's funny. So a lot of that early content still lives other places.
I got my we've got we still have like rock climbing and ice climbing videos on the channel if you go back early enough. Which was great, because that was like, I have never liked video. Never. Like, when I was a kid, you put a camera in front of me, I would just clam up like crazy. And you can see that in our earlier videos when we were backcountry snowboarding, and Kelly would have this thing in his head. He's filming, and he's talking to the camera, and all of a sudden he just puts it in my face. What do you think, Trevor? And I'm like, it's cool. You know, it's like, I have no idea what they're saying.
It's in the video.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And so it's just kind of like progressed into something like, and like you said before, like, you know, your plan, and like literally we have zero plan. We're just doing what we want to do and doing the things that we want to do, and hope people like it. You know, we're not trying to, you know, cater to anybody or do anything like that. We're, you know, we're just putting out the content that we want to see. Other things going on, man.
Well, let's talk about the Overlanding North America. So that's I'm looking at the page now. So that's got a lot of your content specifically. What's the foundation of that? I see a lot of trailer stuff on here. What is Overlanding North America?
So I started Overlanding North America as like a side project because I don't have enough jobs, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it really started because I wanted an off-road trailer, and I've had about two, like I'm on my third one, and the first two were like the utility trailers with a rooftop tent on there, and they're cool, but they're just not like it, you know, it takes over 30-45 minutes to set one of those things up in full. Everybody shows a video like, oh no, it's super easy, you know, rooftop tent, super easy, all you gotta do is flip, done. Okay, yeah, what about your bedding, what about your pillows, what about your clothes, what about all that stuff? And it's just like more and more and more, and you know, 15 minutes to set up this awesome kitchen, you know, and like it, you know, because traveling with a family, we just wanted more convenience to everything. And for the price that these trailers are, like, I was tired of compromising. I mean, like, you're spending anywhere from like 20 to like $80,000 on an off-road trailer. I mean, it's ridiculously expensive. I'm like, well, if I'm paying this much, I don't want to compromise. And so I literally went through every single US brand trailer, and I couldn't find anything. There's some great trailers out there. I'm not like saying anything bad about any other company, but they just didn't meet all of my needs for my adventures. And so I ended up looking at a company in Australia, because honestly, Australia is ahead of us in the overlanding community by like 10-15 years.
Yeah, they've been doing it as a lifestyle, as a way of life for years.
Yeah, for them that's just camping. It's not even like they don't even call it overlanding. That's just camping for them. And so like I'm looking at all the trailers and everything available there, and I landed on lifestyle campers, and I was like, it checks every single box and then some, like things that I didn't even know I wanted, now I want because of this trailer. And I call them up and I'm like, hey, I really want a trailer. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll ship you a trailer. And I'm like, I don't think it's that easy to just ship a trailer. You know, it's got a VIN number, it's got all, you know, Department of Transportation, all this stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we could ship you one. And I'm like, okay, cool, let me do some research. And like I did a little bit of research, and I'm like, got back with them. I'm like, it's definitely not that easy. You guys have to have, you know, Department of Transportation, National Highway Safety, VIN numbers, all of that good stuff, blah, 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 going through port of entry and customs and all that. And they're like, okay, yeah, we're not going to do any of that.
That sounds like very much an Australian thing to say.
Yeah,
we're not going to do any of that, mate.
No.
and so really, like I was like, man, I really want this trailer. And after a couple conversations, and they're like, dude, this guy's not going away. They're like, why don't you do it? Why don't you become our importer? And so I became the importer for him, and it's just kind of like, again, another accidental job, I guess you could say. So we just actually were at Overland Expo West. That was our first show. Had a huge, like people love the trailers. They're very different than anything else in the U.S. It's filling a void within our market here, and yeah, they're really really badass. You guys should check them out. But
I'm watching a video right now on the other screen, and it's your 4Runner pulling the trailer up a hill. Those things look pretty robust. Like, what's your favorite
Come
part?
with like awesome blossoms and stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, it can pretty much go anywhere the 4Runner can go. I mean, it's a longer trailer. I mean, it has a full queen size bed in it and a full like kitchen in it and it sets up with under 5 minutes. I mean, there's nothing like that in the US right now. And so it's a little bit longer. I'm not going to be able to take it through Moab. I'm not going to be able to take it, I can definitely do things like the Arizona BDR, Colorado BDR, a lot of trails like that. But it's
longer, but it looks lower, like the way that the top pops open, right, and gives you the sleeping area. It's I like the fact that it's a shorter trailer for less of that top heavy wobbling that you see in some of the other ones.
Yeah, no, it's got a closed height of 7 feet. So it's essentially designed behind a Land Cruiser 70 series in Australia. So it's the same width, it's the same height and everything as the Land Cruiser. So it can literally go where the Land Cruiser can go. And the suspension on it is amazing. It's got the
Timbrin.
No, oh God, no. Timbrin is so last year.
Is it?
Okay. Just got slammed.
Timbrin's that independent, like that. Well, I mean, I guess Timbrin's actually a brand name. Sorry, but I was thinking the independent.
This is all gonna get edited.
Yeah,
Because you got embarrassed.
No. So it's a Cruise Master suspension on there. It's independent swing arm. Mine has the airbag upgrade and everything, so I can actually raise and lower it 4 inches.
Oh wow!
It's a really trick. And at first I was like, oh, that seems kind of cool. No, it's really cool. Like, I've actually lifted it to get over obstacles. I had it in a canyon where I had to like lift it up to get it over a rock and everything, so I didn't drop it on the back. Going through really deep washes and stuff like that. So it's a really cool thing, and you can actually fit it in your garage. If you've got a 7-foot garage with the airbags, you can drop it down the few more inches to slide it in, no problem.
I don't, but these two elitists in the room with me, maybe they do. I don't know. Whatever your garages do.
I do a little above baseline, so.
Sorry, I had to throw that out there. It's too easy.
Well, I think that's super cool. Like I said, I was just watching that video. They look, it looks like, judging by what you guys do and how you use things and your, experiences, if it's something that you're willing to import and work on, my expectation is that it can probably withstand, the off-road overland lifestyle that you guys are putting it through.
Yeah, it really does. We actually just took it on a trip. God, when was that? It was a few months ago. It was before it started burning up in the desert down here. But we actually took it on Montana Mountain
Trail, yeah.
Yeah, which is right near the Superstitions, and it's an absolute beautiful trail. And like the whole time, there's all these side-by-sides everywhere, and they're looking at us, and they're like, "You guys aren't gonna make it." Like, you're not gonna make it. I'm like, "Oh, we'll see," And we actually positioned it where I was in front, because there is a whole bunch of like really gnarly switchbacks. And we put my vehicle up front with the trailer behind me, of course, and then Kelly behind. So that way, if there was ever a thing where he needed to hook up to the trailer to pull it back or, readjust the angle, we're set. And it made it down perfectly. There was this one switchback where guys like in a 4-door side-by-side, he's like, I had to make a 3-point turn. I'm like, you can't drive.
Do you need like a special hitch or whatever for that, or for that capability, or is it just a regular ball hitch or whatever?
No, you never want to use a ball hitch when you're off-roading, because if it
Okay.
starts to articulate over a certain angle, it'll actually just pop itself right off the ball.
Oh.
There's a few different hitches out there. I've used all of them. The one that comes on the trailer is a Cruise Master product. Again, it's a DO35 hitch. It's literally one of the easiest hookups, smoothest operating, articulating hitches out there. It's really, really badass. To me, that is the standard for articulating hitches. And we did a full video on that trail. Kelly actually got it submitted into the Expo Film Festival. So that's the reason that it's not out on YouTube, is because it's going to be at the film festival at Mountain West.
Hoity-toity. Look at you guys.
East.
Mhm.
Yeah, they moved it to East,
East.
so it's
Sorry.
still a couple months away.
So I'm looking at the Cruise Master website. You said it was a DO 45?
35.
35.
Yeah,
so I'm looking at that. Doesn't even look like a trailer hitch. I don't even know
No,
what that is.
no. It's funny. The most popular post that I have on Instagram is a ASMR of me dropping that hitch down, and then to lock it, you just push the pin, and it took off like crazy. It was absolutely insane how much traction that one little video got. But what the funniest comment in there was, you just got that thing pregnant.
I was like,
like,
and that's right to my OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
All
fans,
fans.
OnlyFans. Which is it, Jose?
Some fans.
All fans.
All fans. All those
Mostly fans.
A few fans.
Few
Yeah.
fans.
ceiling fans.
Well, it sounds. You got. I mean, between Casey, it was not that funny. Do not give him.
Thanks,
Do not
Thanks,
give him.
Casey.
Do not give him that much of a laugh.
Thanks,
dude.
Holmes.
That wasn't worth it.
It was the timing more than anything.
Thank you.
And the tone.
You guys, between importing things and day jobs and video content and Instagram, how do you guys keeping up? It sounds like I'm tired. I'm already tired just listening to you guys. Like what?
You guys wore us out.
Yeah, you wore us out. But I mean, like, is this something that you feel is sustainable long term? Like, are you guys strapped in and going to be able to do this? Do you see yourself slowing down at all?
I know for the channel, it will be totally sustainable. Actually, we'll be retired in a little over a year. So,
Oh, hey, real quick.
at that point, it'll.
Hey, Kelly, look, you're number one.
You're number one, Kelly.
Hey, I've been in law enforcement for almost 25 years. I have earned my right.
Yeah, well, either way, I don't care. I'm not retiring in a year because I have a 6-year-old. So you're number one.
I've been in construction for over 25 years. I can't.
I have a 6-year-old. I'm going to be working till I'm 99.
Choices in the beginning.
What's that?
Some of us made wise choices in the beginning.
Correct.
There you
I waited way too long to have a kid, and
Kelly, where were you 25 years ago to help me with my life decisions?
Just now.
I have a buddy that went in the military right at 18, and at 40 he retired, and now he's doing some government job making money, and I'm like, you suck. Well, I mean that's, I think if the amount of success that you guys have had to date doing it as a part-time thing. When you get the chance to focus more of your effort onto it, do you see yourself changing anything at that time and ramping anything up, or are you just going to do more of the same?
I think right now it'll end up being more of the same. I don't really have like a real specific direction. You know, like Trev said, we're doing it to have fun until it's not fun or something else comes up that is just going to be so time consuming. I can't do this. I'm just going to kind of stick with what we're doing because it seems to be working.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, the only thing that's kind of on my mind is what's going to happen once Kelly goes to Montana, because I'll still be stuck in Arizona until I retire, which is not in a year. But but yeah, so that's going to be like one of the challenges of figuring out what we're going to do.
Yeah, we'll probably end up doing like a couple trips a year, unfortunately, because I don't think he's willing to come all the way up, and I'm not willing to go down. So,
well, I think it opens the opportunity for the couple trips a year together, but individual exploration and content creation and filming and exploring the opposite end, the north and south end of the country. I mean, that there's still a lot of opportunity there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, look, you've been a lot of fun. It's I'm very, very glad
and patient
and
I'm sorry for all my technical issues.
No,
I swear.
Again, like I said, if it wasn't you, it would be us. It happens all the time.
But it's not you, it's me.
I'm super excited that you guys agreed to come on and do this. And I love seeing what you guys are doing, and I love kind of going back to what you were saying is just two regular dudes that didn't have any marketing or industry experience and just started putting it out there, learning how to do it, exploring things and sharing your passion. And it seems to be coming back to you, tenfold. I mean, you guys are getting a lot of attention and growth, and it's awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are doing, the next year or so as you guys ramp this up a little bit and get the opportunity to explore some more. So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
you.
Is there anything else that you want people to, make sure you go to their YouTube channel, Adventure Built, Instagram, Adventure Built. There's a link tree on the Adventure Built Instagram for all of the different things that are there. North American, Overlanding North America. Go there, check that out. Anything else that you guys want to talk about before we let you go?
No, if you guys see us at Mountain West, come say hi.
Yeah.
We actually got a message once, and there was some dude that we could see off in the distance while we're doing an interview. He wanted to come say hi. And then I get Instagram message saying, dude, I saw you at Mountain West, and I was going to come say hi, but I just couldn't have the balls. I went and did a couple shots. I came back, and you guys were gone, and now I can't find you. So we're just two dudes. I have an assistant that puts my pants on, just like Trev. We're just normal guys. Just come say hi.
I just want to clarify, Kelly, you're not advocating for people just walking around drunk looking for you, though, right?
Well, no, I want to ask the question: what are they doing differently? Because people see us and they don't even hesitate to come up and like, "What's up, asshole?"
Yeah.
Like they don't. It's like,
hey, dick face.
Hey, well, you look like an idiot. You're fatter than I thought you were. Like,
Cody,
no wonder you're on radio.
That's why I edit. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You edit all the bad things out. Well, hey, you guys, we're going to end the show here. Thank you guys so much for coming in and having a conversation with you. Everybody go check out their Instagram and YouTube channel. You guys have a great night. Don't hang up.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
I forgot to tell you not to hang up at the beginning.
Bye.
So usually what we'll do is we'll say, all right, at the end of the show, we're going to say thank you very much, have a good night. That's just where we're going to end the recording. Don't hang up. And I don't know, it's gotten better, but like 1 out of 10 will just hang up. So we're still streaming live, so don't say anything bad. But want to let you know,
or do
want to let you know so tomorrow after work, I'll get this clipped together and sent out. I will send you guys an email with social media posts that we use to promote the show and let you know when it's up and ready. And it'll be ready for download on Thursday morning on all major platforms. And then we'll post it on our social media on Thursday or Friday to promote it. So, I will send you guys an email with that information tomorrow night. But between now and then, or even after the show comes out, if there's anything that comes up and you guys want to talk, or don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to have you back on anytime. Are you guys going to be at SEMA this year?
I wasn't planning on going. SEMA was a pretty big disappointment last year, so
okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you going?
Yeah.
What? Because we were there was disappointing.
No,
you guys were there, so we heard it was a big
because they didn't run into us.
Yeah.
They didn't get to have Jose escort him through the back alleys of Vegas.
Dude.
So I went to SEMA before COVID, and they had that huge outdoor tent for the Overland experience.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Like just tons of vendors. And then this past year, it was like just tucked in the corner of the upstairs, and there wasn't a lot there, and I didn't find a whole lot of value in that trip.
Mm-hmm. I think with the new hall, they tried to use that to drive traffic to the new hall, and it was probably the same spatial area, the same square footage, just in a different location. Yeah, our plan is to be there. We were there last year. It was good for us. We got a lot of content.
I took the time off work,
Yeah.
so I'm going.
Time is off work. Hotels are booked. We're planning on being there.
Nice.
You know, what we've done in the past is we've been able to connect with several people beforehand and get some things scheduled, and you know, and then we go out in the evening and Jose gets drunk and we get lost. Yeah.
There seems to be a theme about getting lost with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. we count U-turns on every trip. Like there's an over/under on U-turns.
And we were on a
That
monorail.
could be a name of a ride. Getting lost with trail chasers.
Yes, 100%.
We were on a monorail every
And we
time,
still- yeah,
and
we
we
still
still got
got
lost.
lost.
Like, how many U-turns today on a fucking monorail? It happens.
Yeah, you miss one stop and all of a sudden.
There's
Yeah.
a U-turn.
So, but if you guys are, I'm totally serious about like a meeting in the middle, Parker Expedition or something.
yeah.
That would be
Oh, yeah.
a lot of fun. If you guys are going to SEMA or any other event that we're going to be at, let us know and we'll connect while we're there.
Yeah. Are you guys going to Mountain West?
No Mountain West or East this year.
Okay.
I was at P&W just because of work, and
Right.
you know, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
somebody,
I was actually
See?
working.
somebody
See,
else.
it was work. It didn't seem fun. Like that.
I worked my ass off, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, guys. Well, we'll like I said, I'll send you an email with all the info, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
Yeah. You too. Thanks,
Thanks.
guys.
Me too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
guys.
Pee break.
Pee break.
Pee break.
All right. What time is it? It's 8. I'd suggest we watch that movie.
You're crazy, dude. We ain't even watching that
it's
shit
late.
tonight.
Yeah, it's late.
I watched it on Friday.
Did you? Dick.
Yeah.
Have you watched it, Jose?
Yeah, I have. I'll watch it again though.
All right.
I think I have to watch it again.
Yeah. I don't know if we should we talk about it or no?
Yeah, I don't know if Matt saw it or not.
I haven't seen it. I was waiting because I was going to try to. I wanted to do it Friday night.
Well, no, we didn't like agree on anything.
No,
so
we
I was
didn't.
just like, fuck it, I'm watching it. Dave in the chat room said we should get Matt one of those Iron Man camp toilets.
And just have him sit on it in the studio. I don't want that to be.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go as good as
Yeah.
it sounds.
And Betty White says, take the wireless mic off. That's what we should do, is have him take it with him on the pre-break. Yeah, we. Well,
Excuse me?
I'm just thinking. I bet Matt.
A
watched it
baking
too.
cutter?
I bet I'm the only one that didn't watch it. I did go back and watch the original Predator last week, though.
Still holds up, dude.
It does. I watched that one, and I watched Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Is that the second one or the AVP?
I think it's just AVP,
Okay.
where they're in like the pyramid underground,
Okay.
and the like the big mother alien comes out at the end,
Oh yes.
like the
They're
20-foot
right?
tall mother alien.
Yeah. And she's like running across the ice, and it's like chasing her.
Don't ruin it.
Bro, this movie's been out 10
Yeah,
years
dude,
now.
it's not a new
Yeah,
movie.
it's
If
not
you
that-
haven't seen it by now, then
You don't need to
That's your
watch it.
fault.
You can write that one off. Just like Transformers 2 through 5.
No, dude.
If you see the first Transformers, you've seen them all, dude. All right?
No.
I don't know, man.
Casey, do you remember Transformers Beast Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude,
That was the shizzle right there.
it was
Optimal Optimus.
Optimus Primal.
No, Optimal
Yeah,
Optimus
yeah, I
when he became humongous, and they're like,
What is Matt doing? Matt!
We kept calling him Big Bot. How you feeling, Big Bot?
Big Bot, yep.
And he said, in a word, prime.
So
It's like my favorite part of the whole thing.
I have watched a couple episodes of that.
The Beast Wars?
Of Beast Wars, and like what I okay, we'll talk about this in just a second. You done? You good?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, Matt was on his potty break. We were just talking about movies, and
wow, look at the chat room blew up while I stepped out.
It did. So, did you watch Prey, Matt?
No.
Okay, I didn't either.
I was waiting.
These two watched it. You and I are the only. You and I didn't watch it. So,
but I hear good things, really good things.
All right.
Really?
See, I don't think we should talk about it until Matt and I see it.
Yes.
So
agreed.
So we either do the group viewing, which
put it this way, I gotta watch it again.
Okay, so we
oh wow, it's one of those. You're not even sure.
We had talked about watching it like right now, like at this moment.
Yeah.
But
I have to get up at like 4
yeah,
o'clock.
I would say
morning.
it would probably be too long to do it tonight.
Past my bedtime.
So we should actually commit to a time to do it sometime this week. And just watch it as a group. Everybody come over, go to someone's house and watch it.
Friday night.
Okay.
We do a Patreon invite.
Okay. Okay. If you guys are down, we'll do something.
Bring your Google Meet.
Bring your own Google Meet.
Well, I like my pizza with Google Meet on it.
If we were to watch here,
yeah.
And then if people wanted to watch along with us on
we could do
Google Meet.
Yeah, we could do a Google Meet. I tested it.
And there's comments, and we could laugh it up.
I tested it, and I could full on stream from the Google Meet. But but you would
full on. Of course you could.
But you would have to watch it on a separate screen because it's super choppy. Like watching the video on the if I stream it on this machine.
No, yeah, exactly. Like if you wanted to actually watch along, it would be
we're gonna say, all right, everybody, we're gonna
1, 2, 3,
start.
go.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So okay, we will have a conversation and commit to something. But based on our conversation last week, I did go back and watch the Transformers series. I watched all of them. They're so good. They're so good. And then
people appreciate sincerity, and
I sincerely love them. I love them almost as much as I love what I'm about to show you right here. Like if you're watching the streaming, do you remember Transformers Beast Wars?
Vaguely.
Like I remember.
Who gives a shit about robots transforming into fucking insects? Like
no, dinosaurs.
Dude, Megatron was a T-Rex.
Megatron was a T-Rex. Optimus was a giant gorilla. The thing I remember this was like one of the first CGI cartoons that was like.
Those fucking Transformers are holding hands, dude. That video you just showed, it's like
very progressive.
Nobody wants to see that, dude.
I get my point.
Nobody wants to see two Transformers.
I need to
Nobody
turn.
wants to see an insect Transformer
and
a beast Transformer holding hands. Nobody cares about that.
I need to turn off Matt and Jose's microphone so Casey and I can talk about this.
Some people.
So Casey, I remember.
Who's that guy?
I remember this being like
that's a gorilla.
No, the floating head that was.
I missed it. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is why none of these viewing parties is going to work. But Casey,
or it would. Jesus, man.
Casey, do you remember? I remember this being so epically cool because it was CGI and it seemed
it was
so
that first type
real.
of that type of animation where it was like more three-dimensional.
Yes, yes.
Right? It was like it blew my mind.
Blew my mind. And then I remember going like, so I
We
went,
were stupid back then.
yes, because I went back and started watching it, and
Yeah, I was
watched-
like fucking 12.
I watched the first video and I was like, oh my god, this is shit. It was so good back in the day, though. It was like when it.
You know what? To elaborate or tangent, the X-Men, like from the mid '90s or whatever.
Yes.
I was like, oh yeah.
They're bringing that back.
Yes.
No, I know. So there's the X-Men from like 92 or 93 to 97.
Yes.
97, they're going to tack on to those original cartoons. So I was telling my boys, like, all right, you guys, how about this? Because they're always like, let's watch, whatever bullshit's on Disney Plus. Like, I don't want to watch Captain Miss Marvel again. Like, whatever.
Anamorphia?
Hey.
You guys watch that?
No.
That's a pretty cool show.
But I'm all, how about this? X-Men, and so we started watching.
Yes.
And it was like, okay, now you guys will see. And it was like the first episode was like the Sentinels, and like, watch the Sentinels. And it's like, literally, it's the fucking same thing as like back in the 70s with Spider-Man and Iron Man, it's like,
It's
very,
terrible.
there's only
This
one.
is terrible.
There's like barely there. It's
Fight
barely
communism.
it's barely a cartoon just because you have like a background and then Spider-Man swings
Yes.
by on a web, whatever, with a bunch of dialogue that doesn't like fit or whatever. It's like a half a step better than that. And I'm like, oh, I mean, the story's still cool. It's still whatever. But that just reminded me of the Transformers thing.
They
which is
tried
like,
getting a lot of the voice actors back, but like a lot of them
They're all
have died.
dead.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Well, so I guess as far as the new thing is the continuation from that X-Men cartoon from 1997
To me,
forward.
what really made that show was Wolverine, dude. Like, how his whole attitude and just mother effing everybody.
You know they made X-Men, all the different X-Mens, and they did like a thing with Phoenix and all that kind of stuff. Well, and Wolverine. I've always been pissed off that they haven't done anything with Gambit. He was like one of my favorite characters.
They were supposed to.
Gambit and Rogue need to get a room already in that show, dude. It's like, dude, either F or don't. Like,
I think Gambit would be a cool, like if they made a movie today about Gambit.
What's his name was supposed to be Gambit in a movie. What's the guy that's always dancing around? He was in
John Travolta.
Sam Rockwell?
No.
John Travolta.
Miles Teller.
God damn.
I always thought the Brad Pitt from that movie Snatch would make a great Gambit.
Do you like dunks? Do you like dinks?
21 Jump Street with the movie.
Channing Tatum?
No. Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, they had a dude
Magic
that
Mike.
played.
Yes. Okay.
They-
Channing Tatum.
Yes.
He was supposed to be Gambit, I thought.
They had
They
had a
had
Gambit
a
character in one of the Logan movies.
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. That's what it was.
Oh, he was in the Wolverine character in Wolverine movie too.
Did you?
Yeah, he was Wolverine.
Did you guys see there was a news article that Giancarlo Esposito wants to be Professor X?
Yeah.
He's
Is
not a
this
good X, dude?
Is this
I don't know.
movie time? Is movie?
This is where we ended up. That guy.
I don't
is an
even know who
amazing
that
actor.
is.
He's
Pollos Hermanos.
from Breaking Bad. The
he's also
Oh.
from the.
He's not.
The
he is
Boys?
not
Mandalorian.
Professor X.
Mandalorian. Yeah,
The Boys.
The Mandalorian. The Boys.
Oh, and
the
The
boys.
Boys.
Yeah.
He is not
He's
Professor
not a
X.
Professor X, dude.
He's not a bald white guy.
Yeah.
No, he wants to be the voice of Professor S. We're a bald white guy. They shave his
Professor
head.
Ass?
I don't. Yeah, I'm Professor S.
You wish.
Hey, ass man.
I think that guy. I think he's a great actor and would be awesome.
The voice, I would agree with the voice, but he's just not. He doesn't.
I'm totally good with
he's
it.
not Professor X.
So we have to set up a time to watch Prey as a group. Although Casey and Jose have already watched it. And then There was something else. Damn it! What else? Was there anything else that we need to talk about? I'm trying to think of. I know I had another topic, and I can't remember.
I saw an interesting thing that they're well, maybe it's not that interesting, but they're going to come out with a Tremor package for the Maverick.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Nah. Next. Why?
I think it would be.
Why ask why?
Yeah, I think it's.
Try Bud Dry. Remember Bud Dry?
I do.
Yeah.
Why?
No, it just came out of my head. It leaked out of my head.
And then, do we have any events coming up? I don't think there's any events coming up, like industry.
Off-Road Expo.
Yeah.
Dave M or Dave from Oregon in the chat room mentioned Voltron. Dude, we had a whole Voltron thing a few months ago. That was pretty epic.
I loved Voltron.
Voltron was the shit. I used to run home from school looking forward to Voltron and Robotech.
Yes.
Do you remember Robotech?
Yes.
You used to run?
We used to.
It was to watch Robotech. Yeah.
We would make the Voltron the paper airplanes. So instead of a regular flat wing on your paper airplane, you'd roll the end of the wing on a pencil so that it curled up like the Voltron jet.
We had that was like one of the greatest gifts I ever got as a kid. Was like my dad got the actually 5 Lion die cast. Like I don't know where he bought it. Like,
did you get the 6th one?
Did you know there's a new
secret.
Voltron?
You had to send away for that one, and by the time I was old enough to send away for it, I forgot.
You know there's a new Voltron on Netflix, right?
Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Like
they were supposed to remake Wildcats too, or
Thundercats.
Thundercats. That's right.
Wildcats.
That's a good movie.
Wildcats is a great movie. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
What? That is a great movie.
But I'll tell you. Yeah, some of those things now, as I get older, like it's better just to run it. Like,
yes,
it's better in my head.
Remember it as it was.
Yeah, like Beast Wars.
Yes,
exactly.
Beast Wars. Absolutely need to remember it as it was. Okay. Well, I'm looking at the calendar. I don't see. Casey brought up Off-Road Expo. That's October 2nd.
And yes, Dave, I did have all die-cast Lions. Like that was
that's a baller move, dude.
Dude, I don't know why. I don't think I deserved it. I still don't think I deserved that. It's just me and my brother that played with it. But that thing had like the spring-loaded missiles, which you can't make anymore. Like you can't have missiles that shoot across your house at 500 miles an hour and have a kid do it. Like just putting eyeballs out. My mom's still blind, but
yeah. But it was a fun time. A good time was had by all.
Yeah. That was a good Christmas.
I felt bad at first, but now it's been 30 years, 35 years, whatever. Who gives a shit?
All right, so if you guys are interested in watching Pray With Us, we will try to put that together and do something around it. Otherwise, we will let you guys know.
Is there some way where if people in the chat room wanted to like audibly contribute while we watch and record, can we do that? They could do that.
Yeah, we would just set up a Google Meet on the calendar and send out the link to everybody on the Patreon account that any of the patrons that wanted to join, and they could join just like this and watch.
Right, and then comment.
You could
be like a fun for all, like good times.
Yeah, you can.
That sounds like fun.
So on here, you can add right here. You can go. You can put a chat on here, and we can watch it, and everybody can chat or talk or whatever.
Dave, you're on fire tonight. So again, he mentioned Transor Z with the female robot that shot her boobs.
What?
And I do remember that.
I do not.
And he's like, my poor adolescent brain was so confused. Dave, me too. I've been waiting for Cody's sister to start shooting boobs at me.
Isn't that how she got you in the first place?
Boob missiles?
She just shot her boobs at you. It was like, here, take these, Matt. And you're like, cool, let's get married.
That's it. That's how she got me.
I don't remember Transor Z
look that up. That is that's a classic right there. That's like G-Force.
Oh, really?
well, that's the
Really?
time frame. G-Force is better.
I think my Transor Z was Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh.
There was a lot of innuendo on that show, for sure. I was like an adult. I think when that shit came out, I went, "Oh, these are lesbians." These two chicks. I know. Look, I'm still relatively naive, but these are lesbians. Even at that time.
I edit that.
Okay. I think it's like a given. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that stuff.
I
Was
know.
there other chicks in that show?
Oh yeah, there was the little blonde.
I
chick.
never
blonde
saw
one,
it.
yeah.
So.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really? You never
Yeah,
saw
come on.
Xena? No, I never saw it.
You just said you saw us. You
No,
brought
I
up Xena.
No, I know, but I think I just said like my trans,
You
I have
never saw.
never-
Oh,
I've never
I
heard
see. You
trans-
never heard. Okay.
No.
Okay.
but I know
hey,
Xena. I've heard of like.
Hey,
All right, look, we're
Watch
taking
it.
this is about to go down a path.
watch it.
This is about to go down a path.
Let's watch
Transor
it.
Z 2022 or Xena 2022.
I'm gonna go Xena. 100%. 100%. Those memories are still pretty vivid. Some of those shows.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much for joining us in the chat room. Sorry it was a late start and for a lot of off-topic stuff tonight, but appreciate it. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you next week.